was your favorite part of the CrossFit Games?
Honestly, the events. I don't know if it's just because I'm a nerd or I love sports that much, but to see athletes compete at the highest possible level and just see some of the phenomenons that just goes down. Because, like, it is such a perception. Like, I consider myself a very fit athlete. Like, compared to where I've been and what I've done, I'm a fairly fit athlete. But in comparison to them, I am not fit.
It's all relative. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. God, they don't look human. Like, when you see them in person, they look like a different species.
They really do.
Like the muscle, I don't understand the muscles. I got a picture of Ro McKernan.
Mm-hmm.
He has veins on his tricep like I've never seen before. I have the picture, and I don't understand what I'm looking at. On the back of his arm, he's not even flexing. He just has veins, like the size of pencils, all down the back of his tricep.
It's crazy.
He's not even a games athlete. And yeah.
No, it's. I think just seeing that spectacle was probably my favorite part. Just like actually see the athletes live and in action and like in person. Because like you can see them on TV, you can see them on YouTube.
You don't get the same effect.
No, when you see someone like Cole Sager, like, you know, he's a big man, like, and like Brent Fikowski is a big man, like
Noah Olsen.
Yes, these guys are like, you just don't see that perspective through a screen.
Yeah.
And when you get there, you're like, whoa.
My God.
Yeah, the only one I can even see comparable is like Justin Medorios. Honestly, looks like a normal person.
Yeah.
But he's also one of the youngest there, though. So it's like.
True.
He's still got a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're all a bunch of monsters.
Yeah.
It's I think that was probably my favorite part. What was yours?
Oh man, what was my? I liked seeing the crowd because everybody there at the facility, they're all CrossFit people. Like these are all my people. Like we all watch the same things, we all do the same things, we all eat relatively the same way, and it was cool seeing like thousands of other people. They all had abs. Like everybody, no one was wearing a shirt. Everybody was eating clean for the most part, and everybody had abs. There was six packs everywhere.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
It really was. It was cool.
It was like it inspired me. Like I came back yesterday after a long car ride. I didn't take a nap. I didn't sit down. I went straight to the grocery store, got all my meal prepping done, cooked everything up. I got all my meals logged in my fitness pal. I'm like, let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, and another cool thing about that is on top of that was like people were doing fitness on the go. So like the games has tons of opportunities for you to like work out during a certain events, blah 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 blah. I wanted to do that. All those events were full.
Oh,
they were waitlisted. So you couldn't even like, that's because so many people there took it and made it a priority. Like, while I'm there, I'm going to work out.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there's cool opportunities where you get certain coaches and stuff like that, but some of them are just community workouts. You just go work out still, and it's not like anything fancy, but people were like, had those reserved, filled up, and if they didn't make it, you can see people going for runs, biking, and doing, like, I had a dumbbell with me. I did a workout, like, on the campsite. Like,
that's awesome.
But that wasn't, like, odd. Like, for people, that was just kind of like, oh, he's just working out real quick. Like,
yeah. You were just one of the bunch.
Yeah, and that like I agree, that was like a really cool aspect because for some people they're like, why are you working out? Like, just enjoy. You're on vacation, or you're just like, no, it's like
if someone drives down Wayne Street and sees you doing like dumbbell thrusters or something with the shirt off, people are gonna think you're crazy.
Yeah.
But hey, in Madison, Wisconsin, at the CrossFit Games, you're just another CrossFit athlete.
It's just like a normal go around thing. So
sweet.
Yeah, that was a cool experience as well.
Did it make you feel bad about yourself, your own physical fitness, seeing what they can do?
I don't know if I felt bad. It actually kind of motivated me a little bit.
I did the same thing, and that's why I wanted to ask.
Yeah, because it wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm garbage or anything like that. Because I was like, I'm fairly fit, but I was like, there's just so much more room to grow. Like, and their example, like what they do and how they do and what they're like capable of. It's like that anybody can do that. You just gotta work for it. But it's like it just made me hungry.
Yeah.
Like it just made me very hungry and wanted me to like just hop on the train, just keep going.
I just wanted to bring that up because I get people that see all these CrossFit Games athletes on Instagram and they think, wow, they're doing so much weight, I can never do that, and they get down on themselves. You don't have to get down on yourself.
No.
That's you can work hard, you can get there.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's just a mindset thing.
It is. It's the comparison mindset. Like I don't compare myself to them. They're just like, to me, they seem like an opportunity. It's like I can be there if I want to be there. I just got to work for it.
Yeah.
So, no, yeah, it made me hungry. It made me excited for stuff. I'm excited for my next competition and all that kind of stuff. So
Sweet.
It'll be good.
Good day.
Yeah.
That was a long intro that had nothing to do with the topic
yeah,
of the day.
We got completely sidetracked, but it was a fun weekend. We just got back from the games. There's a lot of cool fitness stuff that went down. For those that don't know what it is, it's basically the Olympics for the sport of CrossFit. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
Not nationwide, worldwide athletes coming all together in one place, throwing down on some CrossFit events. It was a good time. But we're transitioning our topic, or now we're talking about what we're going to be talking about throughout this episode.
There's no good way to segue it.
Yeah, there's not. There's
You
not.
did
I
the
was
best you
trying.
could.
I was
I
trying.
appreciate it. Go ahead.
I was trying to get a segue,
Yeah,
but
no chance.
what we're talking about today, though, is scaling, and it's the stimulus, and more importantly, it is the stimulus. That's what we're going to be discussing, because this is an important aspect of CrossFit's methodology, because everything has an intent and everything has a specific stimulus. The way workouts are set up are not just it's not random in the fact that it's just, so this movement together and just say good luck. There is a structural foundation and thought process that goes into the variance, and that comes down to its stimulus. These workouts are these movements and this plan is put together with a specific intent, and that's the stimulus, and that becomes a very, very important aspect of what we're doing in the boxes and the gyms and all that stuff, because that's how we're gonna get the results. Whether we're doing it for general fitness, whether we're doing it for sport, whatever it may be, the stimulus is how we're gonna grow and develop ourselves as athletes, as people, as human beings. So that's what we're gonna talk about today.
Yeah. So if you go to a lot of other CrossFit gyms, and we used to do this too, the workout of the day has a prescribed weight to it. We got away from that. The reason the workout has a prescribed weight is CrossFit's methodology says that they program for the best and scale for the rest. That's their slogan, meaning if there's a workout the workout of the day, the prescribed weight is 135 pounds for guys, 95 pounds for ladies. For whatever the movements are, it doesn't matter. That's the prescribed weight. The reason that is a prescribed weight is because whoever made the workout is writing that weight for a very specific person. It's the most fit person in the gym, somebody that works out every day, 4 or 5 days a week in the gym, works really hard, and is the most fit person at your gym. That's who's getting that prescribed weight. We got away from that because if we put 135 pounds for guys and 95 for ladies on the board, people took that as a challenge, and they tried to do that weight when they have no business doing that weight. I am not fit enough to do 135 pounds at this workout, so I have no business doing 135 pounds, in which case I need to scale it. The workout, for example, had 135 pounds, and they had to do, let's call it 20 lunges. So you pick up your weight, you do 20 lunges, 10 each leg with 135 pounds, okay? Let's say I can't do that. The workout stimulus says that I should be able to do that in one big set. If I can't do that in one set, I need to drop the weight to something more manageable that I can do in one set that's challenging. That's going to be a little different from everybody, right? It's ridiculous to assume that everybody in a group class has the same leg strength and they need to do the same weights for the workout in order to hit that intended stimulus.
Right.
So that's where we, as a gym, have modified that to, this is what you should feel when you're doing the workout. You should be able to do a set of 20, and it should be really hard, but you should be able to do it in one set. And then you take that and you scale it to whatever weight you need to make that happen.
Yeah. And going back a couple steps a little bit, you used the word RX, and just to break that down a little bit further and give some clarification, RX is the idea that it's the workout as written. So it's the prescribed.
The prescription, right?
Yeah,
when you go to a pharmacy, it's the RX, that's a prescription.
Yep, exactly.
That's where it gets it from.
So that would be the idea that there's a certain weight, certain movement, certain this, certain that, that's all written out and decided, and that's the RX variation. But no, exactly like you said, there's a certain intent behind every workout, and that is why that RX gets a little murky, because some people they take it as a challenge, or psychologically you just think, yeah, I'm capable of doing that, and you don't know it. It's like there's times where I've even done workouts, I looked at it, I'm like, I probably should scale this or switch something here, but I'm like, but it does say do this way, and I'll end up doing it, and I'm like, I should have scaled that.
Should have scaled.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's And it's easy trap to fall in. So if it's just not there, you don't think about it. It makes it a lot easier to start to attack the stimulus idea of things. And what I think we'll do, Ken, is we'll use the example of Fran. Not everyone knows what a thruster is, but we'll use that workout because it's a fairly easy one to break down because it's a couplet and we have a few reps to go through. It's a very well-known one for the most part. So Fran is 21, 15, 9, thrusters and pull-ups. The thrusters are 95 pounds for the guys, 65 for the gals.
Right. So you do 21 thrusters, 21 pull-ups, 15 thrusters, 15 pull-ups, 9 thrusters, 9 pull-ups. The RX prescribed weight, 95 pounds for guys, 65 for ladies.
Yep. So with this workout, it has an intended stimulus. And it's honestly an ever-evolving intended stimulus because people are absolute units with this workout. But the idea behind this workout is it's a sprint. This workout is meant to be unbroken or very, very minimal breaks and rest.
Meaning you do all of those sets without stopping. It's go, go, go as fast as you can.
Yes. And this is an easy one to fall in a trap where people will lose a stimulus because they see the 95, they see the 65. They're like, that's not that bad of a weight. It doesn't seem that bad of a weight, but are you able to do it for 21, 15, 9 unbroken reps while also doing 21, 15, 9 unbroken pull-ups?
Right.
And that's where that stimulus becomes murky, is because once you start to go, oh, I'll do 95 and I'll keep my pull-ups moving, that can be good, but how many times are you going to break those 95 and the 21 and the 15 and 9? And so when we take this stimulus, we want to sprint. It's always beneficial. What we try to do is provide a time frame. With Fran, the elite of the league, can get it down to sub 2 minutes, something stupid and crazy. But this ideally is a workout that should be done 4, maybe 8 minutes tops.
Right. I tell people 5 to 7 is the target to shoot for, and that gives a little smaller window. So you should be able to get all that done in between 5 and 7 minutes, right? So if for you are able to do the pull-ups and you're able to do the thrusters with the prescribed weight and land in that 5 to 7 minute domain, perfect. You nailed the intended stimulus. If you do it with 95 pounds, so if I did it at 95 pounds and it took me 17 minutes to get through the whole workout, I completely missed the stimulus. I did not sprint through any part of it. I had to take way too many breaks. The thrusters were way too heavy and the pull-ups were way too hard. Yeah. I should have scaled it back to movements and weight that was appropriate for me so that I could get done with the workout in between 5 and 7 minutes. So if that means for me, I would do the workout with doing a thruster with an empty barbell. Instead of 95 pounds, I would use 45 pounds. And instead of pull-ups, I would do jumping pull-ups or rings, right? Something that keeps me moving so that I can still move as fast as I can for that 5-minute domain.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how you would scale that one appropriately, is you can modify the weight, you can modify the movement.
And that's the big thing, is a lot of people they think scaling or changing or modifying is undercutting your results or your performance, but it's the complete opposite, because every workout has that intended stimulus. The goal is to hit that intended stimulus because of the adaptations it's going to provide. So Fran, meant to be a sprint, super high intensity, push, go, go, go. If you're doing it in 15, 17 minutes, you're not getting the intended results or the intended stimulus. Therefore, you're not going to get the intended adaptations that we're looking for with Fran.
So that's what you just said. Something very important is doing the more weight or doing the harder option doesn't get you better results.
Yeah.
That's the part that people miss. They think I need to do the heavier weight because that's going to get me stronger and that's going to get me in better shape quicker. It doesn't. What gets you in the best shape and the healthiest version of you is to hit the intended stimulus. That's why we stop prescribing weights, because the stimulus of the workout is significantly more important than the weights.
No, absolutely.
That's a good point.
And like, even if you go beyond Fran or even some type of workout where it's like, okay, the goal of this workout, and we've been doing this recently, we just started up where we start to give the stimulus, and the RX is the stimulus, hitting a certain stimulus, i.e., no more than 45 seconds of a break or whatever it is. We use that as the intended stimulus, or the RX prescription, to give a little bit better insight. And when you try to hit the workout that way, you start to realize it's just as tough with a lighter weight. If you and that's where a lot of people, like you said, they get so wish-washy or so confused. They're like, oh, I'll go heavier, it's going to make it tougher. Yeah, it's going to make it tougher maybe because it's heavy and you're doing a lot of braking, but it's not necessarily, you're not hitting the intensity. You lost intensity. And that is the most favorable adaptation for results. We want intensity on some of these workouts. So when you're losing the intensity, you're losing the adaptation, you're losing the progress. So when you add more weight, you're messing with the intensity, especially if that weight is inappropriate for you.
Right. Yeah, it comes down to intensity. Yeah, because if you can do, let's make an easy math one. If you max deadlift, the heaviest deadlift you can do is 300 pounds, and you're doing that in a workout, and you do a max effort 300 pounds, maybe you can do it like 3 times in a minute or something like that. You're better off doing a lighter weight more times in a workout because you're going to be able to move more weight in less time, which gets you better results faster. That's intensity. That's where that comes up.
Yeah.
And then, as far as workouts go, I think you said it very well.
That's a big thing. It's preserve the stimulus.
Preserve the intended stimulus.
Yes.
So that's how you modify and make things a little bit, I don't want to say easier because it's not easy. And anecdotally, my first experience with CrossFit, the gym that I was at, only did RX weights, and your goal was to do the workout RX and get the best time that you can. It didn't matter if you got hurt. It didn't matter if you looked like shit when you were moving. Your goal was to hit the workout as hard as you can and do it RX. That was it every single day. Didn't go well. My fitness didn't improve like it should have. And then I decided one week to scale every workout in the week. The workouts were so much harder.
Yeah.
So much harder. Right? Because I was thinking I was strong because I came from a weightlifting background, and people struggle with the deadlift at 315, which I can do pretty easily, or I could at the time. And instead of doing 315, I made myself deadlift at 225. I did so much more and so many more reps. I moved so much more weight. It destroyed me. It was so much harder, and I did less weight.
No, absolutely. That's a perfect and golden example. Is like, even if you don't believe us, take a workout, listen to what the stimulus is, ask the coach, get a little guidance, scale it so it's appropriate to you, and then do it that way, and then find out for yourself.
You're gonna find out what high intensity feels like.
Right.
Oh man, it's awesome.
It's an awesome thing, and it's a very beautiful. It's a good feeling, but you know when something's been pushed intensely, and then you know when something's been, I don't want to say done half-assed, because that's not necessarily the case, because you are still working, but it's, again, you're missing the intention behind things.
Right.
And that's where our progress can really be meddled with, especially if we're constantly doing 4 out of our 5 workouts, not the appropriate stimulus. Okay, now we're starting to delay things, we're meddling things, we're not going the right direction we want. When we start to hit that stimulus, you start to see how much that adaptation starts to favor, and it starts to push us in the way we want to be going.
Right. And we vary the stimulus. It's not as fast as you can go every day.
Yeah.
We have strength days where the stimulus is go as heavy as you can. We have sprint days where the stimulus is go as fast as you possibly can. We have heavier weights with less reps. We have lighter weight with a lot of reps. We have recovery days where the stimulus is to just look good, feel good. So every day is going to be a little bit different. Don't take it as every day is high intensity, run your head into the wall, and that's the stimulus. Us coaches, we tell you the stimulus in every whiteboard talk. So show up on time. You will hear us tell you what the stimulus is and what you should be doing. One thing I want to touch on that doesn't happen as much, but we can also modify workouts to make them a little bit harder. So to make your Fran example work. So Fran, the workout, the stimulus is supposed to be done between 5 and 7 minutes. Well, what happens if Johnny comes in and does Fran in 2 minutes and 57 seconds? RX with the 95 pounds and the pull-ups. And what do you do for him?
I'll make him do chest to bar.
Make him do chest to bar pull-ups, or make him do thrusters at 115 or 135 pounds. Right? That completely changes the workout, but it keeps him in that 5 to 7 minute window where he still has to sprint, he still has to work his ass off. He just needs a little bit heavier weight or a harder movement, because that's where his fitness level is. Yeah. So don't take scaling and modifying to mean you have to make it easier. Sometimes if you're good at something, cool, be good at something. That's fine. Make it a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Work with the coach. That's what we're here for. And I love doing that. I love, like, when people ask me for specific, like what should I be doing for
Guidance,
this guidance. Yes. Yeah, I'll tell you. If I think you can go heavier, I'll tell you to go heavier.
Yeah.
I've been doing that a lot lately with some people, and it's going really well.
No, yeah.
And they're moving. I will never tell you to go heavier if I feel like you are going to be at risk for injury. Right. The only time I ever tell people to go heavier is when it looks great. It looks like you're doing it rather easily, and you tell me that you feel really good. If those three things happen, I might tell you to go heavier, make the workout harder. Yeah. That's a good thing.
No, for sure. And, like, I'll give a shout-out to Augie because he's my favorite one I like to play with every now and then when he comes back from college. I'm excited, but he's one I like. He'll kind of, like, look at me for, like, guidance and all that. But he's one I know and I'm confident I've seen, like, move very well. And it's like, all right, we're doing this. Or you're going to make your calories tougher. You're going to make your this tougher. Because he can smoke the intended stimulus. Okay, let's make that stimulus still the same, but let's make it tougher, more challenging in that sense.
Up the ante a little bit. And that's how we make a workout that's written on the board tailored to everybody. We modify it, either up, down, or hit it exactly as it's written.
Yeah.
So that's where communication comes in between the athletes and the coaches. So athletes in the gym, you need to come to us before class, during class, talk to us. We will give you advice we will give you guidance. Like that word better. Guidance on what movement to do, what weight to do, what you should be doing.
No, absolutely.
I love doing that. It's fun. It's like a fun game, like a challenge. Like I got to piece together. What would be perfect for Kayla today?
Right. Yeah, you got to put like and that's where we get enjoyment too. It's what we know. It's what we do. So it's like part of that is, and I think a lot of people lose that out of foundations after so long, is they forget is like this can be done in so many ways, and our goal is to tailor this workout to you as the individual. And so don't be afraid to come ask us if you're really like, okay, I kind of want to do this weight, but I'm not really sure, or it's like, what's a good option for this, or is there any way I can change up this? We're like, heck yeah, let's do it. It's like, okay, no, stay here. We know what the workout is. We've been through it. We've studied it. We're ready for it. We're ready to help you.
Right.
So don't be afraid to ever ask either.
Right. And on one more note on that is we are professional coaches. We are good at this. We know how to modify. We know how to scale for everybody. So if I tell you to take weight off or to do a different movement to make things easier, it's not because I'm picking on you or because I don't like you or I don't want people to be embarrassed. Like, I'm doing that because that is going to give you the best workout. That's going to give you the best results. That's going to give you what you need, which is why you're here. Right? So every workout, it's okay to modify a little bit. That's what we're here for. We want you to ask us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Don't be afraid to modify. I do it quite often now,
yeah.
Especially with my training. You want this stimulus.
Yeah. I was talking to James and Seth this morning about tomorrow's workout. I'm absolutely going to scale the living hell out of it. There is not a chance I am going to do the same weight as these guys, and that's okay. I'm not as good as barbell cycling, so I need to do less weight, and that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's where you'll get your adaptations and your progress.
It's still going to hurt. Like, I'm going to do less weight. It's still going to hurt.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it so much.
God, that makes one of us.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it, too.
There we go.
Yeah,
there we
go.
go.
It's going to be fun.
But all right, so we talked a lot about the stimulus of workouts. In conclusion, or wrap things up, is there anything you want to add, Ken?
No, in the morning classes, I've been doing a better job of not just saying the stimulus in the whiteboard talk, but writing it on the board so that if people forget it during class, they have something to refer to. So use that. I'm doing that for you guys so that you can look at something. And I've been putting like option A, B, and C as far as like difficulty of the movement, with B being right down the middle of the road. Right? So this is where you should start. If this looks way too hard, use this option. If this looks way too easy, use this option. So use that. And go from there.
For sure. Yeah. Big takeaways, guys, is just make sure we're preserving the stimulus so we get the favorable adaptation that we're looking for with these workouts. Whatever it is, again, that always varies. Sometimes it's a sprint, sometimes it's a grind, sometimes it's a longer one, sometimes it's recovery, sometimes it's strength. All these stimuluses and these intentions are structured and guided within the workout for a reason. And so make sure we're trying to preserve that, because that's where you're going to make the progress and get the results that you want.
Yeah.
But as always, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you guys have any questions, ask us, let us know. You can find us at the gym. You can always hit us on our social medias or find us wherever out in the wild if you do see us. But don't be afraid to ask any questions about the stimulus, scaling and modifying, all those kind of things. Other than that, make sure you guys leave a like, share with someone who might find some value, as well as don't forget to subscribe for more to come in the future. We'll see you guys on the next episode.
Bye.